Welcome to my channel. Let's get right to the point. I decided, in addition to checking the myths, to start a column in which I'll upgrade plants, and sometimes even zombies. Today will be something similar, only as such upgrading will not be. We'll simply increase the resources for one plant, namely for Magnetshroom. Consecutively increase the number of iron shells for Magnet from minimum to maximum, and we will see who he can destroy among the zombies, as well as find out how much iron you need to kill Gargantua himself. And let's go! I'll tell you right now, I'm going to use Bucket Head as a projectile. The Punk Head, for example, is not launched magnetically. I'll also warn you that the data on Plants vs Zombies fan site is outdated. They're stated that the head of the basic zombie damaged 300 HP and Zombie Yeti had as much as 500, but the problem is that this is apparently already changed by the creators of the game, and the head of Yeti is not magnetized by magnet wood, and the damage from the normal head is not 300 HP. Although, here I deceive you a little bit. The Yeti's head is still magnetized, but only after we take it off his shoulders in some other way, like Primal Mine. And if you look closely, you can notice that the arm is also magnetized, but the magnet refuses to launch these remains at the enemy, just as in the case of the Punk's head. When the action of feeding ends, stops an animation of the body parts magnetized to the mushroom. It feels like the developers turned out cool feature into the bug. Let's start the experiment. The first thing is to make sure that you can kill a basic zombie without armor with one bucket. To do this, we need a zombie with the bucket, which we turn into a zombie without a bucket, and kill him with his bucket. Yeah, it was so strange, so it works. Let's get some stronger, like Cone Head. And now you can kill him with a single iron, so we will double the number of shell carriers. Two bucket heads came to order and ensured the certain death of their less rugged brother. Further, I should have checked Buckethead himself, but as you understand, his bucket also becomes a projectile and the experiment fails. So I just replaced him with a newspaper zombie, which has almost the same amount of HP, and now two buckets are not enough for him. It turns out that we need to use 3 buckets. All the squares are in place, so we start the buckets. And look, he's alive again! It means what? We need to call in a 4th shell handler. Hopefully the subject can take it. We gather the iron crop and send it straight to paper. You got it, honey. Bring in the next one. And the next will be the All-Star, although 4 buckets will be enough for him too, cause he has less health than the newspaper man. You can't even notice that 1 bucket is still blank, which means All-Star enough and 3 shots by Magnetshroom. Well, now we are going back to increasing the amount of HP, and for that we need Pharaoh. 3 buckets cracked his protective sarcophagus, and the 4th hit him right in the face. Poncho Zombie and Zombie Knight I didn't check, because their armor is magnetized to magnet, so we go to the Fossil Head Zombie, and here he survived 4 hits. So we call for 5 dead men next time. Now the subject is surrounded from all sides, and this picture reminds me of Michael Jackson's music video. Zombies here, zombies there, coincidence? Okay, let's get back to the experiment. Another deadbeat couldn't survive the onset of bucket. Let's keep reinforcing the dead guys. The next one was supposed to be Centurion, but he has the same problem as the Knight. His headgear is also magnetized, so we have already Boss Head Zombie came up, and he has the maximum HP for the basic zombies. This type of zombie survived 5 buckets. Let's check for resistance against 6 items of household utensils. But here he is powerless. Let's move on to machinery. The first to go is Shield Zombie. Here he activates it and we can start firing. Yeah, so much armor, but the tractor driver blew it. Mecha Footballer should be stronger, waiting for the right moment. The firing begins and we see that 1 bucket flew by, so this robot breaks from 5 buckets at all. Let's check the Robo Clone Zombie. This is supposed to be the strongest robot, and I must say he really proved it, surviving all 6 blows. Let's test it with 7 shells. But 7 already turned out to be fatal for him, but I found out that there is a Robocon veteran, and he is even more durable. Let's check him too. To be honest, I don't know if this robot has any visual difference from the previous one, but in terms of durability, this one is definitely tougher, because it survived 7 buckets. In fact, it was able to survive 8 buckets. But the funniest thing is that even 9 iron didn't stop him, and this is the first representative of the zombie family who will be tested on a double-digit number of buckets. But it has a limit too, and it was at 10 projectiles. After him, I don't even want to test a Jurassic Rock Puncher. But let's check it for a change. Of course, 10 buckets were enough for this cutthroat too. Many as 3 buckets flew by in vain, and now we are left with no one except Gargantua. In fact, that's what this video was all about. For starters, it will be basic, but if necessary, we have stronger guys. We start the firing and you saw for yourself. Gargantua had enough for 9 buckets, 1 flew by. Thus the record holder is still a Robocon veteran. But this record will clearly fall in the next battle, because we have the gladiator Gargantua. And that's exactly what 10 buckets won't be enough for him. That's what we can observe right now. I think it makes no sense to increase 1 bucket at a time, let's take 12. But even this amount wasn't enough to destroy the giant. Well, wait 14. Drum roll. I start firing. The number of shells is already so high that the firing lasts for 5 seconds, and the last bucket killed the Gargantua. I even thought that the iron would hit the imp, but it flew just in front of him, right into the giant, and we wrecked 14 buckets. Of course, I won't stop there and check out a couple more zombies, for example the Yeti, whose head can be magnetized. We attack him with 14 buckets, and he can survive them. Broken, but still walkable, whereas for 2 buckets again. We look out on the lawn and there we see the Yeti, being attacked by 16 shells. No kidding, that's where I'm really surprised. I was sure he was going to die. Although it will come to an end, I'm very sneaky today. I decided that 17 would be enough and started the experiment. The buckets bang on the Yeti like a real drum, and with the last bang they knock him out. The new record is 17 buckets. Actually, we only have 3 buckets left to max out, because the Shroom doesn't magnetize more than 20 items. And that's how many bucket-headed zombies I'm about to release to fire a level 1 Cardiozombie, who has 8000 HP. Well, let's start this firing. It lasts for quite long time, and the Cardiozombie even managed to reinforce deaths on the flanks. With the last bucket, however, it comes to an end. This is a truly impressive result. Well, we have reached the maximum for the Magnetshroom. There is no more damage, neither means, nor by leveling up, it doesn't increase the damage, which of course is very sad. Now we have a battle with Mech, and he already has 10,000 HP. Can he survive 20 buckets? The answer is yes. Now I can already show you all the cards. 1 bucket does 400 HP damage, so the Magnetshroom will do a 8000 damage from 20 buckets, and that's not enough for Mech. Then I upgraded Magnet to level 10, added Mint, but the result was the same, they don't improve his damage, but act on other skills. In general, that's it. Gargantua was killed, even managed to take down one of the generals. So, if it was interesting, click the bell, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the like button. Goodbye.